So 5 at 5, plenty of questions to ask. What happened to Shomik's frame? Did he go to sleep? No, thankfully not. So we will have all our other guests joining us. Devashish has gone to somebody's house for dinner again. Devashish is bloody in demand. Devashish has gone to someone's house for dinner. Rohit's joined us. He's having his orange juice. Shubhayan and Devashish will join us soon. The question we are asking: Champions Trophy. Why is this delay? What is causing this delay? Can the tournament still kind of get into troubled territory? Why is this stalemate persisting? Will there be an announcement tomorrow? That's what we are hearing. Shomik and Rohit, both of my reporters, confirming that there could be an announcement tomorrow. So have I heard. Let's go to them straight up before I go to Gargi. Shomik, you start. What is the announcement? Why is the delay?
I mean, I have been talking to people in Pakistan, and what I
Can't hear you.
am I audible? Am I audible?
He's
I can
audible.
hear him. I can hear him. Yes, I can hear
Me
him.
too.
No.
Can you hear
Rejoin,
us?
rejoin. No,
I
Gargi,
can
I can't
hear
hear
you.
you also.
Rizwan,
Let me rejoin. Let me
Okay.
rejoin.
You
Okay.
rejoin. Shomik, by the time
Shamikta,
you can answer.
Shamikta, you continue. अरे
They both left.
so let मैं इस सवाल का जवाब देता हूँ जो जो बोरियादा ने
हाँ.
बोला था। जो वो कह रहे हैं कि क्या हो रहा है और क्यों देरी हो रही है, दरअसल ये इसका कोई छोटा आंसर नहीं है। इसको आप हर लिहाज से समझने की कोशिश करते हैं। एक तो देखिए कल क्या हुआ है कि आई थिंक बोरियादा जुड़ गए। बोरियादा, मैं कंटिन्यू करूं? आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? बोरियादा, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Wait, रोहित यू कंटिन्यू, मैं उनको टेक्स्ट पे बताती हूँ.
ठीक है, तो देखिए हो ये रहा है इस वक्त पर कि 2-3 अलग अलग मसले हैं। शामिक्ता, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes. Am I audible?
यस यस यस। शामिक्ता, आप पहले कंटिन्यू कीजिए। आपके पास जो न्यूज है वो आप पहले बता दीजिए, फिर तब तक अगर बोरियादा का कनेक्शन ठीक हो जाता है तो फिर देखेंगे, वरना फिर मैं बताऊंगा क्या चल रहा है, क्या चीजें चल रही है। आप स्टार्ट कीजिए शामिक्ता।
Okay. So thing is that I have been talking to people in Pakistan, and what I got is that they are expecting. I mean, what I got is there could be an announcement tomorrow. Could is an operative. Could is the operative word here. I mean, we have seen so many delays. Could is the operative word here. There is, but one bone of contention in the sense that Pakistan is sticking to the point that has to be a written guarantee from the BCCI that all the future ICC matches between India and Pakistan until 2027 would be played in a hybrid model in a third country at a neutral venue. And they want ICC to make it legally binding. Now BCCI remains steadfast about the fact that there will be no written guarantee. BCCI will not give a written guarantee, and that is basically that remains the only bone of contention at the moment, and this is the reason for the delay.
So इसमें शामिक्ता एक चीज और है that are you optimistic about this कि कल फाइनली ये चीज हो जाएगी, या आपको लग रहा है कि जो चीजें इस पे अड़ंगा डाल रही हैं, जो चीजें इस पे रोक लगा रही हैं, वो क्या चीजें हैं? उन चीजों को लेकर के अगर आप थोड़ा सा बताएं। What's causing the delay?
एक है रोहित, one is that delay is one is that PCB is insistent on written guarantee. That is the main thing. But I don't know whether it will happen or not. I don't know whether it will happen or not tomorrow, because as I said, could is the operative word here. But it will be sooner rather than later, given that Star Sports has already launched the promo of the event. So
and
it will be sooner rather than later. Without naming the host country,
yes. So अब मैं इसमें आपको थोड़ा सा बताता हूँ कि मुझे क्या क्या पता है इन चीजों पे, इससे पहले कि हम आगे और बोरियादा जुड़े हमारे साथ। जो मुझे पता चली ये चीजें, उसमें पहली चीज ये है कि कल, जैसा शामिक्दा ने बोला, कि कल एक इंतजार है इस चीज का कि पाकिस्तान इंतजार जिस चीज का कर रहा है वो चीज आईसीसी अगर मान जाता है, पाकिस्तान उन शर्तों पर मान जाता है, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान सिर्फ ये बात कर रहा है कि हमें जो है वो हाइब्रिड टू हाइब्रिड चाहिए। हमें 2026 में जो है किसी न्यूट्रल वेन्यू पे खेलना है। अगर आप और हम किसी भी नॉकआउट स्थिति में इंडिया पाकिस्तान पहुंचते हैं, इंडिया पाकिस्तान अगर किसी भी नॉकआउट स्थिति में आता है, तो फिर हमें हाइब्रिड मॉडल टू हाइब्रिड मॉडल को जो है वो सस्टेन करना है। इस चीज को लेकर के उन्हें बीसीसीआई से एक रिटन गारंटी चाहिए। बीसीसीआई इस मसले पर रिटन गारंटी नहीं दे रहा है। इस वजह से पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड ने यह चीज अपने गवर्नमेंट लेवल पे कम्युनिकेट कर दी है, और 5 तारीख के बाद से पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड में एक डेड साइलेंस है। एक डेड साइलेंस। कोई, अगर मैं कहूं, अगर आप मोहसिन नकवी को भी फोन करोगे ना इस समय पे, और अगर वो आपसे बात कर रहे हैं, तो वो भी आपको ये नहीं बता पाएंगे कि क्या होने वाला है। अब हो क्या सकता है इसको समझिए। हो ये सकता है कि या तो कल आईसीसी पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड को फाइनली एक आखिरी बार पूछने वाला है कि हम दो शर्तें दे रहे हैं आपको, और इस पे एक तीसरी शर्त भी है। 2 शर्त क्या हो सकती है? पहली चीज ये हो सकती है कि आप ये जो हाइब्रिड मॉडल है इसको मान रहे हो या नहीं मान रहे हो। अभी अगर आप उसी चीज पर खड़े हुए हो कि 2026, तो फॉरगेट अबाउट इट अभी फिलहाल। दूसरी चीज आपको बोली जा सकती है कि अगर आप नहीं मान रहे हो तो आपके बिना ये टूर्नामेंट हो जाएगा, आप आउट हो जाओगे इस टूर्नामेंट से, आपके बिना ये टूर्नामेंट हो जाएगा। एक तीसरी चीज जो मुझे लग रहा है कि एक लॉलीपॉप के रूप में पाकिस्तान को दी जा सकती है, वो ये होने वाली है कि आप अभी इन चीजों के लिए मान जाइए। जब 2026 की नॉकआउट स्टेज आएगी, और नॉकआउट स्टेज में अगर आप और इंडिया कहीं पर भी मिलते हो, सपोज कोई क्वार्टर फाइनल, सपोज कोई सेमीफाइनल है या कोई फाइनल है, तो फिर आप उस वक्त पर यह चीज कह दीजिएगा कि हमारी तरफ से पॉलिटिकली इस चीज को अलाउ नहीं किया जा रहा है सिक्योरिटी रीजंस की वजह से इंडिया जाने के लिए। ये तीसरी सिचुएशन है अगर पाकिस्तान इन दोनों पहली 2 शर्तों में नहीं मानता है। पहली 2 शर्तें जैसा मैंने आपको पहले भी बता दी कि एक शर्त होगी आप हाइब्रिड टू हाइब्रिड अभी इस टूर्नामेंट की बात करते हैं, इस टूर्नामेंट के लिए मान जाइए। दूसरा, वरना हम आपके बिना कर देंगे। मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि बीते एक हफ्ते में जो कुछ कर रहा है वो ब्रॉडकास्टर कर रहा है। ना तो मिस्टर जयशाह ने कुछ कहा है, ना मिस्टर मोहसिन नकवी ने कुछ कहा है, ना आईसीसी की तरफ से, ना बीसीसीआई की तरफ से, ना पीसीबी की तरफ से कोई ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट नहीं है इस मामले पर। पिछले कुछ दिनों में एक टॉप क्रिकेटिंग वेबसाइट ने एक आर्टिकल किया था। उस आर्टिकल के भी जो पॉइंट्स लिखे गए हैं, मैंने जो पता किया है, बहुत ज्यादा सच्चाई मुझे नहीं मिली है। पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड के सोर्सेस ये बोल रहे हैं कि वहां गए हम, और ये मैं लास्ट संडे की बात बता रहा हूं, वहां गए हम, वहां पर हमने अपनी बात रखी, दैट्स इट। कोई मीटिंग नहीं हुई है, कोई मिनट टू मिनट्स नहीं हुए हैं। वरना कुछ लोगों के पास इस मीटिंग के, जो भी हो रही थी आईसीसी की मीटिंग, उसके मिनट टू मिनट के डिटेल्स थे। बट पिछले जो 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 मीटिंग हुई जहां पर ऑफिशियली जय शाह ने जो है वो जो डिनर था उसको, वो सारी चीजें जब हुई, तो इन सारी चीजों का उसमें कहीं कोई मौका नहीं था जहां पर आप ये कह सको कि इस मीटिंग में ये बात हुई है। उस बड़ी लीडिंग वेबसाइट ने जो अपने आर्टिकल में लिखा था, उसने बहुत सारी चीजें लिखी थी जो मुझे पीसीबी के सोर्सेस कह रहे हैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। और ये आपको इस बात से भी समझ में आता है कि पिछले 5 दिनों से डेड साइलेंस पड़ा हुआ है पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड में। And when you are asking them about
Rohit, has Naqvi been gagged? Because Pakistan से कई लोग बोल रहे हैं कि he has been told not to speak to the media at all, या not to give much away. Is there a kind of a unofficial this thing कि ज्यादा मत बोलो प्रेस के सामने, don't say anything which is volatile? Have you heard anything like that?
वो कुछ उनके पास कुछ है ही नहीं। मेरे जितना मुझे पता चला है बोरियादा, ही डजंट हैव एनीथिंग टू से राइट नाउ, बिकॉज ही इज स्टिल इन दैट कैच 22 सिचुएशन कि किया क्या जाए। क्योंकि जो शर्तें वो रख रहे हैं, उन शर्तों को रिटन देने के लिए बीसीसीआई तैयार नहीं है। दे आर वेटिंग फॉर एन आईसीसी रिस्पॉन्स, एंड आईसीसी रिस्पॉन्स अगर उन्हें कल नहीं मिलता है उनके फेवर में, ये भी कहा जा रहा है बहुत स्ट्रांगली कि हम पीसीबी को बहुत ज्यादा इस पे इंटरफेयर करने नहीं देंगे। इफ दे डोंट वांट, let them don't want it, we'll go as per by our schedule। तो कल ये हो सकता है कि पाकिस्तान माने चाहे ना माने, आईसीसी स्केड्यूल रिलीज भी कर सकता है कल। देयर इज अ चांस कि कल आईसीसी बिना पाकिस्तान को अपने साथ लिए हुए उसके बाद पाकिस्तान पर छोड़ देगा कि वेदर पाकिस्तान वांट टू मेक इट अ केस फॉर देम और नॉट। क्या वो आना चाहते हैं चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के लिए, क्या वो नहीं आना चाहते हैं, ये सारी चीजें फिर पाकिस्तान को डिसाइड करने दीजिए। बट लेट मी से दिस, पाकिस्तान ये कह रहा है कि अगर आप हमारी बात नहीं मानोगे, पाकिस्तान के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को रखना भी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। पाकिस्तान ये कह रहा है कि अगर आप हमारी बात नहीं मानोगे तो फिर हमें इंडिया के साथ मत खिलाइए। क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ये जानता है कि ब्रॉडकास्टर्स ने, और ये मैं सच में बता रहा हूं, ब्रॉडकास्टर्स का ये जो पिछले एक हफ्ते में खबरें आ रही है, ये ना पीसीबी ने किसी को दी है, ना बीसीसीआई ने किसी को दी है, ना आईसीसी ने किसी को दी है। दिस इज लीक्ड बाय ब्रॉडकास्टर्स। ये ब्रॉडकास्टर्स ने लीक किया है सो दैट दे कैन मेक अ प्रेशर। वो प्रेशर बनाना चाहते हैं इस चीज को लेकर के। और पाकिस्तान जब ये कह रहा है कि अगर हिंदुस्तान हमारी शर्तों पर नहीं आ रहा है तो फिर आप उन्हें हमसे मत खिलाइए। पाकिस्तान जानता है कि इसका रेवेन्यू में क्या नुकसान होगा, लेकिन उसको यह भी पता है कि इसको आईसीसी को भी फेस करना है। और मेन बात है कि आईसीसी को ब्रॉडकास्टर को जवाब देना है। बट ब्रॉडकास्टर का अगर वो $3 बिलियन का पैसा लगा हुआ है तो आईसीसी बहुत आसानी से ब्रॉडकास्टर को भी कुछ नहीं कह सकता कि हम आपकी बात नहीं मान रहे हैं या आपकी बात नहीं
वो तो
चलेगी।
प्लस वो जो ब्रॉडकास्टर के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल ऑब्लिगेशन है उसमें भी डिटेल्स है। Gargi, now
हाँ,
the point is Star Sports releasing a promo which doesn't mention Pakistan as host, and they go ahead and release the promo. What does that tell you? To me, one is what Rohit said, pressure, that it wants to create pressure, that now agree because we put out the promo and we are trying to tell you that we can go ahead with the tournament without you, and the tournament will happen irrespective. The fact that the broadcaster is putting a promo out is saying that. Number two, it is also saying that, oh, you know what, we've put out the promo, we are now going to tell the ICC that, yeah, give us a deadline, give us something, and whether the PCB is on the table or not. And the point number three is the most volatile one, that we don't need Pakistan. I still don't think that is the case. I still don't think that will happen. My assumption is the PCB has to come to the table and agree to a hybrid for this particular edition ASAP, and it's like who blinks first. Where do you stand on this, Gandhi?
I think Rohit has hit the nail on the head with the assumption or the speculation that this is a sort of tactic, because a lot of mistakes are made in the media when there are multiple people working on promos and this and that, editors, producers. So if this was a mistake, then it would have been deleted in the first 5 minutes. So let's get
No
that clear.
mistake. It's no mistake.
It's no mistake. It's definitely not a mistake, and it's definitely ICC sending a message to PCB that look, we've done this. You need to take a decision and do it fast. I think that's what the case is. When it comes to ICC not needing PCB, I think that's still not an independence that ICC has. When it comes to broadcasters need that India versus Pakistan game no matter what. They're going to need that for views, because say what you want, that is still the biggest audience magnet that you can think of in the world of cricket. Yes, and BGT is there. Yes, and India versus Australia is there, but nothing holds the same sentiment to fans as an India versus Pakistan. So you need those eyeballs for the broadcasters as well. And I think if that game is not there, the broadcasters will be very, very unhappy. So there is no way that this is a mistake from ICC. This is definitely a message.
Shomik, where is the solution? And when? 75 days, not even that, because from what I know, first the March, India versus Pakistan in Dubai, not even 75 days left. If you calculate 19th of Feb, what? Today is the 10th of December. So you are actually saying 79 days. 100 days before a schedule has to be announced, you've already lost about 21, 22 days, which is a lot of time. Shomik, what happens?
Once again, see, the thing is that as I spoke to one Pakistan Cricket Insider, even tomorrow they are expecting, and once again, it was said that tomorrow there could be the announcement, and stressed upon the word could, and which is the operative word here. One more thing I want to add here, that Mohsen Naqvi met Shehbaz Sharif 2 days ago to apprise him of the situation regarding the Champions Trophy. And after that, what I am told, that there is no gag order or something like that. He is so very tied up with his internal politics. He is also the interior minister, and Pakistan's political situation is so volatile that he is not meeting cricket people with an update for the Champions Trophy. So I categorically asked him why there is no message from the PCB chairman, and I was told that he is so very tied up with political situation, which is very, very volatile. So these are the two things. And but I believe now that the promo is out, the decision could be made sooner rather than later. It has to, because just 79 days left. You have to make. You have to come up with some. You have to come up with something that is final, and you cannot delay it. You cannot delay it further. It will be, if it is not tomorrow. Then I expect things to be resolved by this weekend latest. It could be tomorrow, could be day after, but it shouldn't go beyond this week.
What is also interesting is they've just released the media buying and planning services tender in India. Rohit, they've just, ICC has put it out on their website. If you go check the ICC website, the ITT issued for media buying and planning services in India for ICC Men's Champions Trophy 2025. And that has been issued today, half an hour back. The ICC has issued that. And they say that the ITT can be found here. Media buying and planning services in India, which has just been issued. So no Champions Trophy schedule, no Champions Trophy finalization, no Champions Trophy promo with the host nation, but the ICC issues a ITT, which is media buying and planning services in India for Champions Trophy 2025. This is what it is. This is the ICC website just now, Rohit Julan.
So all the other parties which are stakeholders, as you told about the broadcasters, the ITT things, each and everything, as a host nation, Pakistan is claiming certain things about their readiness for the Champions Trophy. One thing, let me tell you another thing. Yesterday there was a event in Dubai Coca-Cola Arena. There, who was there? With the Champions Trophy, there was Wasim Akram, the brand ambassador. Coca-Cola is the one of the top sponsors of the ICC events, and there they had Wasim Akram with the ICC Champions Trophy, and he was carrying ICC, and it was a global event. It was an event by Coke Studio, where many Pakistani performers were there, global audience was there, each and everyone from the subcontinent diaspora were very much interested in watching that. And there the title means not the title, but the major sponsor of the Champions Trophy is there with Wasim Akram having Champions Trophy on his hand. So as part of the broadcasters have already given their promo, this the latest development of the ICC media releases, or in the ICC website you told us, there was the event yesterday by the prime sponsor. So if you can see all of this, that everyone is taking a stride towards Champions Trophy and building themselves, because they all know that we have to carry on we have to carry on our things. Otherwise it will be a loss situation for each one of us. And that's why broadcasters are also constantly making pressure, because they have to do the visas and all things of their personal, which will be there in both the countries. It's not only about you have to send someone to Dubai. It's also about, for the broadcasters, this you have to send someone to Lahore, someone to Pindi, someone to Karachi, and you have to settle them all. And then the hospitality service, each and everything, you have to take care of each and everything. So these people definitely know, the sponsors know, the broadcasters know, all the other parties who are related to it, the stakeholders know. Obviously we are not talking about right now about the ticketing things. If you have to plan a Champions Trophy, if someone here in Australia have to plan that, no, I want to come and watch that India versus Pakistan, at least you should give him a schedule at least 3 months, 4 months back. What happened when there is an event in Australia or England? They give you a schedule already 1 year prior. I remember 2022 T20 World Cup schedule was 1 year prior. Because if one has to come from subcontinent, they have to plan it before. It can't be go like this, that 60 days prior to the tournament you are doing this. Because that subcontinent diaspora is very much there in Dubai and in UAE and the places near about it. So everyone will come and watch the India versus Pakistan. You give a ticket a day before, then also it will be a sold out. So my point is that each and every stakeholder related to Champions Trophy is just walking on their own way without knowing what is the future, when they will announce the schedule. All the countries who are included, hosting countries, hybrid model, they don't know anything. But they know just one thing, that we have to carry it forward ourselves only. Because as you rightly said, it's close to 2 months now, 19th of December, and it will be just 2 months away. So you have to carry on with your stuff, Buryada, I think. And there's no media accreditation. We are just 2 months away, but there's no media accreditation, even
And
for the
Rohit,
ICC Champions Trophy.
Yeah,
and
Rohit,
Rohit,
yeah.
you rightly pointed out. See that its star is the official is the host broadcaster, and there are many Indian citizens, right, who will go to Pakistan for broadcasting. Like they went for the Asia Cup also to Lahore, Pindi, and Karachi. And the visa process for the Indians would be troublesome for Pakistan. So there is so much logistics involved. Given everything, it is. I mean, this is stretching the limit a little too far. This is stretching the limit a little too far. ICC will have to come up with a decision very, very soon. And as people are expecting, it could be tomorrow. If it is tomorrow, fine. Maybe it's day after, but it has to be very, very soon. There is no room for any further.
But what is the
Further
decision? I mean, what is the decision? Both Rohit and Shomik, we know the decision is hybrid. But if Pakistan is not willing, BCCI will never give it in writing. So what is the decision? What is the acceptable decision at this point in time? I mean, what looks more likely? Devashish has also joined us. What is likely? I mean, that is the whole point. Last week, we all of us, we found out that it was done. Hybrid is the model. 2027 is what, okay, BCCI has also in principle agreed. The matter is sorted. Everything sort of looked okay. Finally, we have a plan. All of a sudden, 7 days of silence. What is the final solution that you guys are expecting based on which the announcement will happen? How is this stalemate going to be sorted, Shomik?
It has to be the hybrid model. See, it has to be decided on the BCCI's terms or the ICC's terms. India, whatever, if Pakistan want to put its foot down, then fine. I mean, then it will come to an imbroglio. The whole thing now hangs in a limbo. All right, but I think Pakistan has been given a strong message that this is the only solution which you have agreed upon. Now you are stressing all upon this writing thing. You are not going to get it. Pakistan will have to accept it. Or they will be left behind.
So रोहित, पाकिस्तान को नहीं मिलेगा इन राइटिंग, ये तो सबको पता है, बट विदाउट इन राइटिंग आपको लगता है वो मान जाएंगे? आई विल आस्क गार्गी द सेम क्वेश्चन एंड देवाशीष.
बोरेदा, मैं किसी से बात कर रहा था अभी ये शो से ठीक पहले, एंड वो मुझे बता रहे थे कि ये खबर इट्स अ न्यूज व्हिच इज टू गुड टू बी ट्रू. पाकिस्तान में ये सेंटिमेंट है कि अगर आप ये जो बोल रहे हो, जो एक लीडिंग वेबसाइट की तरफ से या मार्केट में खबर स्टैब्लिश की गई कि भाई पाकिस्तान की शर्तों पर आईसीसी मानने के लिए तैयार है, दैट इट्स एन आई फॉर आई एंड इट्स अ हाइब्रिड टू हाइब्रिड. ये चीज अगर हो जाती है तो इससे तो बेहतर, इसका मतलब तो पाकिस्तान जंग जीत गया है, पाकिस्तान को फेस सेवर मिल गया है अगर ये चीज हो जाती है तो. सो बट उन्होंने मुझे यही कहा कि दैट्स अ न्यूज टू गुड टू बी ट्रू, ऐसा सेंटिमेंट वहां पर है. मोहसिन नकवी पिछले 3 दिन से
शोएब अख्तर भी यही कह रहे थे दैट इट इज ये कैसे हो सकता है. सो शोएब अख्तर का पहला रिएक्शन भी जब उन्होंने मेरे को फोन किया था ऐसा ही था कि अच्छा आप क्या कह रहे हो, ऐसे हो सकता है. सो ये कहां से हो गया? सो एवरीबडी वाज सेइंग ये फेस सेवर अगर आ गया तो एटलीस्ट मोहसिन नकवी को तो फेस सेवर मिल गया.
तो वही मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूं क्योंकि ब्रॉडकास्टर्स ने कहीं ना कहीं इस चीज को जो है वो लीक किया टू जस्ट बिल्ड अ प्रेशर. अब उन्होंने दूसरी तरफ से प्रेशर बिल्ड किया है जब उन्होंने होस्ट नेशन पाकिस्तान के तौर पर नहीं रखा है. सो ब्रॉडकास्टर्स इसमें दोनों तरफ से प्रेशर बना रहा है बिकॉज उनको प्रॉफिट चाहिए. उनको इस चीज से बहुत ज्यादा परवाह नहीं है उनको कि ये कहाँ हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, कब हो रहा है. उनको सिर्फ एक चीज चाहिए, इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच हमें दो. ये मत कहने दो कि पाकिस्तान इंडिया के अगेंस्ट नहीं खेलेगा. ये मत कहने दो कि आप इस मैच को जो है वो लीग स्टेज से हटा रहे हो. सिर्फ इतना कहो कि इंडिया पाकिस्तान हो रहा है. पहली चीज ये. दूसरी चीज जो आप कह रहे हो कि क्या अब आने वाली स्थिति में क्या है, मैंने वही बताया कि 3 सिचुएशंस हैं. आप पाकिस्तान को सबसे पहले हाइब्रिड टू हाइब्रिड बोलोगे और रिटर्न में कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है ये बोलोगे. अगर पाकिस्तान मान जाता है तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं तो पाकिस्तान को एक, जिसे हम बोलते हैं ना, जब बच्चा रोता था तो उसको खिलौना पकड़ाते थे आप. जब बच्चा कोई रोता था उसको आप खिलौना देते थे. वो खिलौना पाकिस्तान के लिए ये होगा कि आप इस सिचुएशन में अभी इस मॉडल पे रहिए. 2026 में अगर पाकिस्तान और इंडिया की नॉकआउट वाली नौबत आती है तो फिर आप उस समय पर ये आप पॉइंट डालिएगा कि हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट है वो पॉलिटिकली इंडिया में पाकिस्तान की टीम को नहीं भेजना चाह रही है, सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट है. उसके बाद सारी चीजें जो है वो देखी जाएंगी. और इसका तीसरा और सबसे जो वेवर्ड नतीजा होगा वो ये निकल कर आएगा कि आईसीसी बोलेगी ठीक है आप रहने दीजिए, आप मत खेलिए, आपके बिना हो जाएंगी चीजें. पाकिस्तान स्कूल ऑफ क्रिकेट में ये बातें चल रही हैं जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, ये मुझे भी बहुत हैरान कर गई ये चीज। लेकिन ये कहा जा रहा है कि आप लात मारिए, आप छोड़ दीजिए, आप जाने दीजिए। वो इस समय पे दिमाग लगाकर ये नहीं सोच रहे हैं कि हम 60-70 मिलियन डॉलर को लात मार रहे हैं, क्योंकि एक वक्त के बाद आपकी जो ईगो है, आपकी जो अकड़ है, वो एक लाइन है हिंदी में, बहुत अच्छी लाइन है, वो दिनकर ने अपनी कविता में लिखी थी कि जब नाश मनुष्य पर छाता है पहले विवेक मर जाता है। यानी जब 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 आदमी अपने डिस्ट्रक्शन की तरफ जाता है ना, तो वो यहां से सोचने की क्षमता खो देता है। तो पाकिस्तान स्कूल ऑफ क्रिकेट में ये बातें चल रही हैं कि आप एक बार कर देखिए, एक बार आप लात मार दीजिए, एक बार आप बोल दीजिए कि नहीं खेलना है चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, तो देखा जाएगा जो भी होगा। और ये पाकिस्तान के क्रिकेटिंग सर्कल में ये बातचीत चल रही है। पॉलिटिकल दखल अंदाजी इसमें ज्यादा नहीं है। मुझे जो बताया गया है कि पॉलिटिकली इसको बहुत ज्यादा कोई नहीं पूछ रहा है, पॉलिटिकली कोई नहीं पूछ रहा है, क्रिकेटर्स इस तरह से बातें कर रहे हैं। और ये हमने सुना भी है, बहुत सारे एक्स क्रिकेटर्स इस तरह की बात कर रहे हैं, इंक्लूडिंग राशिद लतीफ। वो भी ये कह रहे हैं कि एक बार करके देखते हैं, देखा जाएगा। सो दैट्स द पॉइंट।
अभी रोहित, अभी जो पता लगा, देवाशीष गार्गी, शोभिक, that this is entirely now okay. I was just told that Pakistan will agree to the terms put by the broadcaster, because the ICC is saying we are not saying anything. We have in principle agreed to hybrid to hybrid. We have in principle, even BCCI has agreed hybrid to hybrid for 3 years. The broadcaster has not agreed.
Oral,
not in writing, not in writing, and they will not. But what they are saying is, listen to this, it's interesting. What they are saying is, now you go convince the broadcaster. If you can convince the broadcaster, it's fine. The broadcaster is saying, no, this doesn't work for us. We have paid the money. We also broadcast cricket in your country. We will not agree to this. बाद का बाद में देखा जाएगा, अभी का अभी मानो. So the broadcaster is basically saying, ये hybrid मान जाओ, फिर बाद में देख लेंगे. So this hybrid to hybrid 3 साल का फॉर्मूला हम तुम्हें नहीं देंगे. So I said, फिर होगा क्या? And I was told, नहीं, पाकिस्तान को मानना पड़ेगा, कल मान जाएंगे. ऐसे कैसे मानेगा? इस ऑप्शन नहीं है, क्योंकि आईसीसी तो बोल नहीं रहा है, बीसीसीआई को गाली दे नहीं सकता है कि बीसीसीआई बोल रहा है, बीसीसीआई कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है, आईसीसी भी नहीं बोल रहा, आईसीसी को भी गाली नहीं दे सकता है. अब क्या करेगा ब्रॉडकास्टर? तो वहां से अगर ब्रॉडकास्ट नहीं करेगा तो और फंस जाएगा. दे विल से नो, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू ब्रॉडकास्ट दिस. So how does Pakistan wiggle out of this? Now it has become an absolute sore point for Pakistan. How do they get out of this? And from what I am being told, that it will just be this tournament as hybrid. This whole hybrid to hybrid 3 years, giving it to Pakistan, in principle, all that will not even come. So बाद में वो देखे जाएंगे. It will keep be a gray area. They will keep it open. They'll say, yes, we will think about it later. We are not closing the option, but come and play this tournament, Devashish Sen. If that happens, Pakistan has no wiggle room whatsoever. Devashish, your thoughts?
Yeah, but only thing, Boriada, what I would like to want to clarify is that if suppose Pakistan accepts the hybrid model this time round, it is the ICC who said that, if I am not wrong, ICC only stated that it will be a 3-year model leading up to the 2026 tournament.
No, so here it is. ICC says hybrid for this year. Let's break it down. Pakistan said no, not this year. If it has to be hybrid, it has to be for 3 years. Tit for tat. Hybrid to hybrid. That's the phrase. Hybrid to hybrid. And then they said, without this, hum nahi manenge. So ICC in principle, BCCI was asked. BCCI said, chalo theek hai, hame problem nahi hai. But hum likh ke nahi denge. Bol diya, ho gaya, jao. So ICC communicated that to PCB, saying, chalo, in principle ho gaya. Now PCB wanted it in writing. BCCI will not give it. ICC will not give it. Now here comes the catch. The broadcaster comes and says, boss, 26 cannot be hybrid. It doesn't work for us. If the tournament is on Indian soil and the India-Pakistan match and final is elsewhere, it doesn't work for us. We are not going to pay money. We are not going to agree to this. Now BCCI is silent. BCCI is saying, Baba, amra to, we are okay. ICC is saying, hamara koi problem nahi hai. Broadcaster, the same broadcaster broadcasts cricket in Pakistan. It is the same broadcaster which broadcasts cricket in Pakistan and has stakes in Pakistan. Now, all of a sudden, Pakistan is not facing pressure from ICC and India alone. It is facing pressure from the broadcaster. And the gentleman who I just spoke to from PCB or PCB sources, very close to the PCB, saying to me that, so I said, what will you guys do? Said, हमको मानना पड़ेगा. Because if the broadcaster is saying no, we can't blame the BCCI. So हमारे पास wiggle room है नहीं. कुछ करके हम ये पाकिस्तान मनाया जाएगा. They will say something कि अच्छा, they'll keep it grey, they'll keep it open. बाद में देखेंगे, okay, this is a possibility, this is likely, that can happen. Like this, everything will be kept grey. Only this hybrid is concrete, and the tournament will move on. That is what is looking likely to me, Devashish. Now tell me.
So why is PCB not accepting to the hybrid model? At least they will be guaranteed of an amount, and which is not a small amount. It will be a lump sum amount. And if they are adamant of not accepting to the request of the broadcasters, they will lose money. They will lose not only the face, they will also lose a lump sum amount. They will, and ICC.
What are they getting? Nothing. So it's not hybrid to hybrid.
No.
So then
it's not hybrid.
Then where does Mohsin Naqvi stand? So you have gone
nothing.
And
they have
given
to
into
accept.
Hybrid.
So the position now is that they have to accept this hybrid model and pay this Champions Trophy for this year. बात का बात सोचा जाएगा. पहले तो ये खेलो. पहले तो ये खेलो, नहीं तो you will lose. Not only you will lose money, not only you will lose, ये टूर्नामेंट ही आपको छोड़ के खेला जाएगा. And और तो बात वो तो 2026 मॉडल तो छोड़ ही दो. According to the broadcasters.
Point is वो फेस सेवर नहीं मिल रहा है. जो हम फेस सेवर लास्ट वीक में बात कर रहे थे कि अच्छा पीसीबी को फेस सेवर चलो मिल गया, वो फेस सेवर एक्चुअली मिल नहीं रहा है. एंड बिकॉज वो मिल नहीं रहा है, ये दोबारा स्टेलमेट हो चुका है. और अगर कल ये एक्सेप्टेंस होता है तो विदाउट द फेस सेवर होगा. देयर इज नो फेस सेवर, देयर इज नो विगल रूम, देयर इज नो kind of option in the middle that you've been able to figure this out, and basis which you have been able to solve this problem. Rohit, from what I am understanding, PCB will agree. Are you getting that the same, that PCB will agree, or what are you getting?
I'm also getting the same, that PCB will agree, because PCB doesn't have any other alternate. They can't, just kick off that $60-70 million of hosting rights. Plus, they've been getting the other things also as financial or non-financial incentives. If you take into the thick and thin of the things, as the gate money thing, somewhere around $2 to $3 million, and then apart from that, there will be some additional amount which already communicated in the FNC meeting in Colombo. So there are multiple amounts and this is a big amount. This is not something which can Pakistan easily earn from their PSL or from their annual revenue from the ICC. So it's a very big amount. It can turn around things in Pakistan, infrastructure wise, cricketing wise. It will give a big jump to Pakistan Cricket Board's revenue as far as this amount is concerned.
Which broadcaster broadcasts PSL? कौन दिखाता है?
नहीं, वहां पर तो अगर आप देखोगे तो 10 का है. 10 का जो उनकी पूरी की पूरी क्रिकेट दिखाता है.
10
ग्लोबल राइट्स कौन दिखाता है? बाकी जगह में कौन दिखाता है?
बाकी अलग अलग जगह पे अलग अलग ब्रॉडकास्टर्स हैं. देयर आर डिफरेंट, बट बहुत ज्यादा नहीं दिखाया जाता है. पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड हर जगह, PSL हर जगह पे नहीं आता है. PSL हर जगह पे नहीं आता है.
The year before it was on Sony. Last time around, I don't know if it were on an OTT platform, but it was not on TV. But 10 is there.
OTT में मल्टीपल हैं. OTT में तो मल्टीपल हैं. कुछ एप्स हैं. कुछ एप्स हैं जो दिखाती हैं.
10 is their host PCB's host broadcaster is 10.
Yes. तो वो चीज है. बट मुझे नहीं लगता है कि पीसीबी इतने बड़े अमाउंट को जो है वो किक ऑफ करेगा कि भाई छोड़ देते हैं इतना बड़ा अमाउंट. उनको मानना पड़ेगा, बट कहीं ना कहीं वो कुछ तो इम्प्लांट करने की कोशिश करेंगे.
कि मिल नहीं रहा है. मैं यही सवाल आपसे पूछ रहा हूं.
जैसा मैंने कहा कि वही वो जब बच्चा जब रोता है तो आप क्या करते हो? उसे एक झुंझुना पकड़ा देते हो कि ये बजाओ और रोना बंद कर दो अभी. तो वो झुंझुना यही होगा कि 2026 में बोलना अगर नॉकआउट से. देखिए, इसमें आप देखो ना कि हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन कितनी सारी है. पहले तो तुम 2026 T20 वर्ल्ड कप खेलने के लिए आते हो, बहुत बढ़िया. अब तुम लीग स्टेज क्वालिफाई कर पाते हो या नहीं, ये दूसरा सवाल है. ये हाइपोथेटिकल का दूसरा क्वेश्चन है. तीसरा हाइपोथेटिकल क्वेश्चन है कि क्या तुम्हारा और इंडिया का मैच आमने सामने हो पाता है. और चौथा हाइपोथेटिकल क्वेश्चन है कि क्या फाइनल में या तो इंडिया पहुंच रहा है या तुम पहुंच रहे हो. ये इसकी पॉसिबिलिटी कितनी है. अगर 10% की पॉसिबिलिटी है या 5-15% की भी पॉसिबिलिटी है, तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा जुआ है जिसे आप खेल सकते हो, ये बहुत अच्छा गैम्बल है जिसे आप खेल सकते हो, बिकॉज आप पाकिस्तान को वो झुनझुना पकड़ा दोगे जिसे वो अगले 2 साल बजाता रहेगा। और आपको क्या पता है कि
गार्गी, मेरा ये सवाल है, आई मीन सबको पता लग रहा है यार दैट दिस इज नॉट अ फेस सेवर, this is nothing. You are being told go play this tournament.
Pakistan will try to put this as a face saver. They will
yes,
try
but,
to hyper nationalize it.
Without in writing from ICC, without in writing from BCCI, with nothing, all that we will think.
वो झूठ बोल देंगे, वो झूठ बोल देंगे, उनके लिए क्या है, वो झूठ बोल देंगे, वो बोल देंगे। अभी भी तो आधा मीडिया वहां पे यही प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा है दैट जय शाह को हमने झुका दिया, आईसीसी झुक गया हमारे आगे। दिस इज व्हाट देयर दी एस्टैब्लिशमेंट और जो वो चाटुकारिता पत्रकारिता है वो तो यही बोल रही है कि हमने आईसीसी को झुका दिया, देखो ये बार बार ये इस तरीके से प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं। जो सेंसिबल लोग हैं वो ये जानते हैं, लेकिन उनकी संख्या क्या है, 10%, 15%। जो 80% है वो ये कह रहा है कि हमने आईसीसी को झुका दिया है, जय शाह हमारे सामने झुक गए हैं, मोहसिन नकवी सबसे बड़ा, मोहसिन नकवी के आगे सब खामोश हो गए हैं, मोहसिन नकवी बात करके गया, फोटो भी नहीं खिंचाई, लंच करके चला गया लेकिन फोटो नहीं खिंचाई। ये सारी बातें पाकिस्तान मीडिया प्रेजेंट कर रहा है। दिस इज द वे दे ऑपरेट, दिस इज द वे दे ऑपरेट।
Rohit, there is I mean, you cannot take cricket in isolation in Pakistan. ये उनका सोसाइटी का ही प्रॉब्लम है, be it politics, be it everything.
शामिदा, मैं सिर्फ ये बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, मैं ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि how will they project this? How will they project this?
I'm telling you, how will
ज़का अशरफ ने कहा दुश्मन मुल्क में खेलने नहीं जाना है, और वो खुद अहमदाबाद में बैठे हुए थे, वो खुद अहमदाबाद में बैठे।
एक करके बोलो। We've got to take comments from the others also.
I will take you back to history in terms of politics. 71 war, Pakistan defeated and Bangladesh was created. Then 1975, Bhutto signed a peace treaty, Shimla Pact with Indira Gandhi. And Bhutto went back, Shimla Pact with Indira Gandhi. And Bhutto went back and said, we have now avenged 71. And he blew his trumpet, and the Pakistani people danced to its tune. So this is how it works in Pakistan.
हाँ, नहीं, इसकी एक कहानी और भी है, मैं आपको करगिल का, ये पॉलिटिकल हो जाएगा, पता है, ये सारा मसला पॉलिटिकल हो जाएगा।
वो छोड़ो,
मैं उसका जाना नहीं चाह रहा हूँ। परवेज मुशर्रफ को व्हाइट हाउस जाना पड़ गया था ये बोलने के लिए कि करगिल वॉर के टाइम पे इंडिया जो है वो उस तरफ आ चुकी है।
Don't worry.
जी।
If this is a face saver, so what we are getting on the table is, Shubhan has also joined. Gargi, you take this before I go to Devashish. That on the table you have Champions Trophy 25 on a hybrid model. On the table you have speculation for 2026, which apparently is your face saver. You have nothing more. Clearly you are left in a lurch. आपके पास यही है. Nothing in tangible terms on 26. So PCB in effect, Mohsin Naqvi has agreed to what Najam Sethi or Zaka Ashraf did. Nothing more. So what happens to PCB? Gargi Raut.
Very, a lot of dilemma there. But I think we have discussed pretty much everything on this. PCB, Mohsin Naqvi have no face saver at this point. Even though they will portray as like Rohit said, that they are telling their public that हमने जय शाह और BCCI को झुका दिया, ICC को झुका दिया, which is not the case. Let's see. Anyone who has had more advantage in this whole deal is BCCI, obviously, because a hybrid model was BCCI's demand from the very start. So कोई किसी के आगे झुका नहीं है यहाँ पे. लेकिन with this, I'm having a lot of trouble finding where the face saver is for PCB. I think they'll have to twist the circumstances in such a way to show their public that everything went in our way, but clearly it hasn't, and that's the truth.
So Shubhan, Pakistan people are so how do I put it, so foolish that they will fall for a thing without any writing, without any this thing. You go and say humne jhuka diya, people will agree to that. Because the reality, from what I understand, is PCB will now have to agree, because the broadcaster has also said, no, we don't want hybrid in 26. Now go to hell. So it's not the BCCI they can criticize. It's not the ICC they can criticize. Now if it's somebody else, and this is very interesting. Now the BCCI will say, we didn't say it. ICC will say, we didn't say it. We agreed to you in principle. Now if somebody else is saying no, your problem, you sort it out. If it is a cahoot between the BCCI, the ICC, and the broadcaster, you have no proof. It could well be a cabal, but you have no proof. You have powerless in front of this trio. What do? If they agree, then Mohsin Naqvi is left nowhere. Shubhan?
See, Boria, the last meeting, the last which was on an official basis was that PCB was to submit their final approval on seventh, right? Today is 10th. Yes, seventh was the final date. They had said that okay, we are fine with whatever it is. We need to just get our final approval from our government and get back to you. So PCB internally, including Mohsin Naqvi, has already agreed. They are in consent to hybrid model or fusion model or whatever they are calling it. They have agreed to this. They just now need the government approval, which I
No,
think
but
is
have
not
they
an issue.
have they have they agreed to this particular edition, or they are still hell bent on 3 years, because they are not getting their 3 years?
But in 3 years, there is nothing beyond the Champions Trophy, and that is the last tournament India is hosting, and on a co-host model. And I'm pretty sure the ICC will push its case for Pakistan to come at least for one match to India, which is a possibility given that Pakistan has recently toured to India during the World Cup, and there were no hiccups at all. Be it their security, be it their hospitality, and be it the kind of stadiums they got. And I don't think there's an issue. They can PCB or Pakistan government as a whole can come together and say, नहीं हमें ये चीज खराब लगी थी या ये दिक्कत हुई थी हमें इसीलिए हम यहाँ पे नहीं चाहते.
Okay,
So
so Devashish,
geopolitical wise, so it's pretty fine. I don't think there will be any strong case from the Pakistan government or PCB that they can push for a hybrid model during their turn when India is hosting a tournament, and it is not related to Asia Cup at all.
okay, so Devashish, I'll before we go get some questions. By the way, I'm doing it on the phone because for whatever reason my laptop was acting up. I couldn't hear. So Gargi will have to take some questions. I can't see it on the side. Uh, I'll actually check it from my other phone. Gargi can take some questions. But Devashish, from what I've understood from Rohit, from Shomik, from Shubha, and from Gargi, from you, and I just spoke to somebody very close to the PCB, Pakistan is getting nothing except being told this is a hybrid tournament. Take it, that's on the table. Otherwise, your money is gone, your hosting rights is gone. That's where PCB find itself in. That is a very bad situation for Pakistan cricket board to be in at this point. Devashish said.
PCB has no left with no other option but to agree with the hybrid model and get the money. And that is not the small amount; it's a huge amount. Means they will not only lose the money, they might even run the risk of missing out the Champions Trophy in all totality. They might win ICC. If Pakistan does not agree to it, the ICC might they go on with the Champions Trophy without having Pakistan, and that will be even more the face loss for Pakistan. Means obviously, then what will Mohsin Naqvi tell to its people, to its fans? What means obviously what will be the future of the cricketers? Means who are expecting to play a Champions ICC event, and Pakistan will and the Pakistani fans who are looking forward to have hosting an ICC event for after such a long time, they will not only lose the money, leave aside the money. What will be Mohsin Naqvi's answer to the fans, to the Pakistani fans who runs the risk of missing the action, missing Babar Azam, missing the likes of Rizwan to play in front of the home crowd? What will be Mohsin Naqvi's answer? It's better, it's common sense that you accept the hybrid model and play the Champions Trophy, get the money. It's not guaranteed that Pakistan and India will meet in the champion in the 2026 event. India might not qualify, Pakistan might not qualify, and so it's only logical to accept the hybrid model. So definitely there won't be any written consent. It is all said and done. There won't be any written consent from the BCCI, neither the ICC. Now it is, and the broadcaster is only legitimate by see One match that sells is the India-Pakistan match. Why will they let go an opportunity to host the India-Pakistan match in India? When the tournament is being staged in India and Sri Lanka, what's the point of having an India-Pakistan final? And hypothetically, if India and Pakistan meet, what's the point of playing it in a Premadasa stadium when you have India as a venue? So broadcasters are only legitimate in staking this claim. So it's better that Mohsin Naqvi accepts this hybrid model for this the 2025 Champions Trophy and and assure that money, and that will be that will help develop the game in their part. And I remember they have spent a lot of money in building the stadiums. So what will be to the stadiums if the Champions Trophy is not hosted in Pakistan? What will they have already spent a huge amount in stadiums, and we have been seeing the posts from whatever the reporters, the tweeters, and social media. So only logical sense is to accept the hybrid model this time and they guarantee that money that is available to them.
Yeah, okay, let's
No,
take closing comments. But Shomik, I am also hearing that Majid Bhatti's filed a piece that this time in PSL they'll get no players because everybody wants to play IPL. No one will go and play PSL in April. What are they doing? Why are they clashing PSL with IPL? They're killing their own product. Pakistan has gone bonkers or what?
Absolutely, and I mean, ECB has already sent out a directive that you are barred to play any other franchise league apart from IPL because we cannot compromise with our domestic cricket. So they are not getting that. And I want to tell one more thing, that is, Devashish, you are absolutely right. The points you have made, but I think we have come to a point when we have to differentiate. Over the last 7-8 days, have you heard Mohsin Naqvi saying the what tit for tat or an eye for eye, something like that?
No.
All the clamor has been coming on social media.
His last PC was very, very
defensive one.
By the keyboard, all the noise is coming from the Pakistani keyboard warriors, right? Mohsin Naqvi, whenever over the last 7-8 days, whenever he has spoken to reporters, he has said, "We'll do what is best for cricket, what is best for Pakistan cricket." He has never said tit for tat, at least in the last 7-8 days, tit for tat, because he knows the reality. And this broadcaster thing, it looks, and whoever has done it, it's a tactical masterstroke. It's a tactical masterstroke.
If someone comes and tells me, Shomik, that this has come from the head of the broadcaster, then all of us have been born yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. If this has come from only the mind of the broadcaster, then it has come, yes. We have all been born yesterday. We don't know real politics at all. This has been a massive move by the BCCI and the ICC. Boss, we have not done anything. Now you deal with this. They have put the broadcaster in front and have completely isolated and sidelined the PCB. That you can't train your guns on the BCCI, you can't train your guns on ICC. Now you go solve your own problem. I think they've completely isolated the PCB by doing this.
Absolutely, and they are going to be checkmated. They have no other option.
I don't
and along with broadcasters, the principal sponsors of the tournament also need assurity about what the future lies for them as well, in terms of putting money or how much refund they will get in case the tournament does not go ahead or has any sort of major changes in schedule. So it is not only the broadcasters but the principal sponsors of the tournament related to the ICC as well, Boryada.
Yeah, so I'll give everybody a minute to close. But Rohit, 2012 also they wanted an MOU and they keep banding that MOU. वो MOU का कोई मतलब नहीं बनता है if the government of India puts its foot down and says, hello, this is what it is. Get lost. At this point in time, my understanding is very, very simple. And that is the PCB stands alone with all its tricks having fallen flat, its YouTubers being its only pawns who are fighting a losing battle against an army full of rooks and knights and queens, when everybody is pouncing on you on that chessboard and your king is isolated, which is Mohsin Naqvi. And Mohsin Naqvi knows it better than anyone that his game is done, which is why he is silent. Rohit Juglan, final 1 minute.
अब मुझे लगता है कि he has to praise his YouTubers who is still defending for Champions Trophy, who is still fighting for him, and yes, who are still saying that we defeated ICC, we defeated Jai Shah, we defeated BCCI, and I can tell you the upcoming thumbnails of Pakistani YouTubers. They will write.
बोलो मुझे सुनना है. I want to, and फिर इसके बाद we will check with this. Devashish will be the one who will tally in Australia. Hey, Devashish, ও যদি correct হয় তাহলে ওকে ললিপপ কিনে দিবি মমতা ব্যানার্জি মতো.
They will write Shararti Padosi. They will write Shararti Padosi. They will write Jai Shah ki Dadagiri. They will write Mohsin Naqvi ne आखिरी वक्त तक लड़ी जंग. So these kind of thumbnails,
BCCI की politics.
हाँ, BCCI की top politics. क्या पैसा ही सब कुछ है. Look, things like this, which can make their audience understand that this is again a kind of stuff from the BCCI and
so
from
basically the victim card. Victim card.
Basically. अभी भी जैसा मैंने कहा ना कि अभी भी वो अपनी जनता को यही बताएंगे कि देखो, शहीद होने तक हम लड़ते रहे. वो आखिरी खून की बूंद जब तक हमारी नसों से नहीं निकली, हम इंडिया के आगे नहीं झुके, जो इनके सारे प्रेसिडेंट्स ने किया है. मोहसिन नकवी थोड़ा स्टेचर में बड़े थे बाकी सब थे, बट नजम सेठी भी अच्छे थे. ही इज आल्सो समवन, वो भी अपनी प्रोविंस में स्टेट हेड रह चुके थे. सो वो भी एक कद्दावर नेता थे. बट मोहसिन नकवी एट द नेशनल लेवल, तो ये बाकी रमीज राजा और जका अशरफ, ये सब तो प्यादे हैं, ये सब छोटे प्यादे हैं उनके सामने. नजम सेठी का स्टेचर थोड़ा बड़ा था, मोहसिन नकवी का और बड़ा है, इसलिए मोहसिन नकवी थोड़ा और लड़ा इन चीजों को लेकर के. उसने चेकमेट सिचुएशन खेलने की कोशिश करी. बट अब उसने जो अपने एजेंडाधारी पत्रकार हैं, जो उनके अपने, मोहसिन नकवी के बाय द वे मैं आपको बता दूं, काफी सारे चैनल्स में उनकी इन्वेस्टमेंट है. तो काफी सारे चैनल वाले लोगों के साथ उनकी ये कोशिश रहती है कि मैं आपको ये एजेंडा दे रहा हूं और ये आप एजेंडा पेडल कीजिए. जो सारी चीजें हाल फिलहाल में आपने सुनी है सबकी तरफ से. एंड दिस इज नॉट बीइंग सेड बाय मी, दिस इज मी. मुझे बताया गया है पाकिस्तान की तरफ से कि देयर आर सर्टेन पीपल हु वर्क इन हिज चैनल, और उसके बाद फिर वो जो करते हैं वो साफ तौर पे समझ में आता है. तो ये चीजें आपको आने वाले समय में देखने को मिलने वाली है. अभी से आप देखोगे आज और कल से स्टांस चेंज होगा, और आप सीधे एंटी आईसीसी, एंटी जय शाह और एंटी बीसीसीआई, ये 3 कीवर्ड्स होने वाले हैं पाकिस्तान के यूट्यूबर्स के लिए अगले 10-15 दिन के लिए.
So keep an eye on YouTube because you will have a lot of amusement. That's all I will say. Keep an eye on YouTube, but over the next 24 hours, the key point is, do we have an announcement from the ICC? Does PCB come on the table, agree to everything that has been put in front of it, because it has no option. The PCB is in a corner. It is isolated with no votes. Mohsin Naqvi is being caught out. This has been a tactical masterstroke on the part of the ICC and the BCCI not to come in front and use the broadcaster or whoever they are using, because PCB can't blame anybody anymore, not Jai Shah, not BCCI. And this has been an amazing one. Last 7 days, BCCI silent, ICC silent, PCB all of a sudden, Mohsin Naqvi also silent because he knows the writing on the wall. We will come back tomorrow, but what we are getting is there could be an announcement tomorrow. What we are getting is the PCB has no option or wiggle room left. Whatever their YouTubers can say, they can go and tom and beat their heads against the wall because the game is done. The rook, it's checkmate. And it's checkmate with multiple powers on that board and with nothing left on the part of the PCB. This is actually Ding Liren versus Gukesh yesterday, the worst game that Gukesh could play. Gukesh will come back and win it tomorrow. Pakistan will not. Gargi Raut, Shomik Chakraborty, Rohit Juglan, Shubhayan Chakraborty, Devashish Sen, everyone watching. That's the fate of the Champions Trophy. We will keep updating you. By the way, tomorrow is a travel day. So all our people are traveling from Adelaide to Brisbane. So we will keep updating you. But in terms of the live shows, I'm also traveling. Gargi and Trisha will host the live shows, but we will update you on the times because all of us are traveling tomorrow. but we will definitely keep updating you with every detail. And at some point, we will certainly do a live. For the moment, thank you very much for watching.